Okay, here we go. I'm on my way home. I was gonna wait till I got home to write all this down, but I have to run some errands and I'm afraid I will forget. So, I had some anxiety before I came out to the barn today, and I know it's just because I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop with my new special little baby horse. And also, I always feel anxious on the first of the month, and today's the first of the month. Man, if you could see the sky right now, it's beautiful. Today's the first of the month. That always makes me anxious because I have to pay bills, and that always makes me anxious. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. Good perspective, right? But overall today we had a very good session with the little baby horse. I did some worked on a few things. Of course I worked on everything on the ground. She's a year and a half old. She hasn't been saddled. So, and then we went for a little walk. We had a good little day. Picked up all her feeds. She was good about that. Little sticky about being fed tonight, and not as good as last night. But I think overall improving. That's pretty deep. So we're gonna be working on that for a while. She is at least sort of understanding that she needs to give me a little bit of space. I'll have to think about some other ways to maybe get a little bit more clear with her that she doesn't need to be quite so persistent. And I do keep thinking, okay, this is her level of persistence. I gotta remember that she can hang in there a little bit longer than some other horses, although I don't think that her hanging in there is as deep as some other horses that I've worked with. It just happens to be really deep in this one spot. And I'm not gonna say it's harmless. It's not harmless for her to be so determined to get to her food. But I could look at it as a positive that she does have this determined side on her, and it's just not an aggression in any way. I mean, don't get me wrong, she'd knock you over to get to that food, but she doesn't really want to hurt you. She just wants to get you out of her way. And I think of her like a little baby shark. She's like a little baby shark when it comes to her food, and she's like, I'm gonna push you out of the way. And then when she has her food, she's like, okay. And actually you can if you wave her off the food, she doesn't love it, but she'll leave. She'll keep trying to come back. And I think that another piece of that is that she's not afraid of people, and she hasn't had something put in her where she feels like she needs to worry about people, which is the thing I love about her. But I can't use that to get her to motivate her. So working on that. Definitely waiting for the other shoe to drop. Also really thinking about how I can teach her to take her thoughts out and forward. She really wants to naturally follow the rope, which is great because she didn't understand that at all a week and a half ago. I mean, a tiny little bit, but it came so quick to her. And I think one thing that's helping is that her timing and my timing kind of want to match just a little bit, which is that's such a huge advantage. Sometimes you just get a horse where the two of you kind of match your timing. I've had one like that before. And it was such an easy relationship, and this one's shaping up like that too. Some things are just really light with her, and I love it. And I love thinking about it like that. It's so cool. And so yeah, overall really good. Definitely still waiting for the other shoe to drop because I'm just like, oh, what happens when it starts raining? But you know what? She might just be okay because she's at a point already. I am glad that I had like a couple dry weeks to work with her. She is at a point where she could go for a walk and I'm going to be able to handle her. And I don't think that and she gets tired pretty fast. So, and I don't think that she'll get so animated or something. I hope not anyway. And, I hate to say it, but she probably isn't going to be any worse than Wyatt. So, that's something to hang on to. Anyway, so far so good. Super excited about that little baby horse, and definitely wanting to think about how I can direct her thoughts more, because I'm thinking, especially forward does not come natural to her, although she has figured out it does come natural to her to a degree, and she has figured out that if I just raise the Pirelli stick, that means just trot. Today I actually got her cantering. I didn't do that much. She just kind of started cantering. I was like, oh my god, you're the adorableest canter. So just, and she's got to get, I guess my point is she's got to get some of this energy out. Not that she has too much excess energy right now, but it's got to be an outlet for that. So we got to work on, and long term, I've got to be able to get her to do more than a walk fairly easily. So it's, that's something I want to work on, because I know how to do it the old way, but I really want to do it the new way, the right way. And I've really been thinking, having this spot in her has really brought up for me how much the two geldings, this is a big deal for them. And Wyatt feels so much resentfulness about being asked to go forward when he's not ready, that he feels pissed. And sometimes he's angry, he's pissed, and sometimes he's scared. He's often scared. He's all those things. And somewhere, I'm sure, I mean, we know somebody's beat the shit out of that horse before. And Iceman feels a lot of resentment, not so much fear. I don't think he's particularly worried, but he does feel some resentment, and he relaxes so much into it when he doesn't feel like he's being made to go do something. And I'm going to make another video about what happened with Wyatt today, but what I don't want to happen is for me to fall into old habits of kind of making the horse to do something instead of allowing, or which was kind of like April 2.0. Now we're on like 3.0. What's 4.0 going to be? We're on 3.0, and I'm trying to get, direct their thoughts and kind of go with them. So what are some things I can do to help her learn to go with me more forward, and taking that apart? Because I don't want her to have all those bad feelings that the other horses have. And it's kind of cool to be able to compare them, and be able to see the differences there.